Good day, fellow procrastinators. Sir Chuckleton here to unearth a persistent human trait. We blame modern distractions, the endless scroll, the binge watch, tomorrow's task. But procrastination isn't modern? Oh no, friends, it's an ancient art form. Cast your minds to sun-drenched ancient Greece. Even brilliant minds there grappled with Akrasia, a delightful term meaning lack of self-control. Imagine Socrates delaying writings, preferring debates, or Plato reorganizing scrolls instead of finishing treatises. Sound familiar? It wasn't just Greeks. Grand ancient Rome also knew delay. Philosophers like Seneca, the practical Stoic, lamented squandered time, urging action. While we postpone, he'd sigh, life speeds by. A timeless sentiment. So, next time you gaze blankly at a task, you're not alone. You're participating in a venerable tradition, a human legacy stretching millennia, a charming, if inconvenient, historical habit. Perhaps efficiency avoidance is a better term? Just a thought. Carry on, time travelers! The human condition. Sir Chuckleton here, pondering a timeless paradox. Why do we knowingly choose instant gratification over long-term good? This question has puzzled thinkers for millennia. Ancient Aristotle, strolling the Lyceum, termed it Akrasia, weakness of will. We know the virtuous path, yet choose the easier, immediate one. Broccoli versus donut. For Aristotle, true flourishing, eudaimonia, demanded practical wisdom, phronesis, to align actions with better judgment. It's knowing, then doing. Next, the rigorous Seneca and the Stoics. Their philosophy championed delayed gratification, urging control of passions, prioritizing reason. Endure discomfort now for tranquility later. Think vegetables first, then dessert. These aren't just dusty scrolls. Modern psychology and behavioral economics now map these brain circuits. The strong pull of immediate reward, the discount on future benefits. From the ancient agora to a brain scan, humanity wrestles with that crucial pause. The wisdom? Understanding this internal tug-of-war. For Sir Chuckleton, it's a grand, ongoing debate, defining our humanity. The choice, dear friends, is always ours. The instant crumb or the long-term banquet. Procrastination, the bane of every scholar, student, and, well, human. Ever wondered why, despite that looming deadline, you're watching cat videos? It's not a moral failing, dear friends, but a fascinating battle inside your very cranium. Meet our combatants. First, the ancient, emotional, impulse-driven limbic system. Think of it as the brain's inner toddler screaming for immediate gratification. Ooh, shiny, it cries, preferring the instant dopamine hit of a snack or a social media scroll. Then, entering the ring, we have the majestic, logical prefrontal cortex. This is your CEO, your planner, your future thinker. It calculates, strategizes, and understands consequences. It's the voice whispering, perhaps that report needs finishing. The rub? The limbic system is faster, more primitive, and often has the home field advantage. It's like a quick-witted brawler. The prefrontal cortex, while powerful, requires more energy and conscious effort. It's the strategic chess player. When you choose immediate comfort over long-term goals, it's not weakness. It's your ancient brain circuitry winning a round. Good news? You can train your prefrontal cortex. Small steps, reward structuring, and environmental control can turn the tide. Understand the fight, and you're halfway to victory. Greetings, curious comrades. Sir Chuckleton here to unravel a peculiar paradox. Our ancient fight-or-flight response, a magnificent biological marvel that kept ancestors from becoming saber-toothed snacks. A rustle, a flash of fur, whoosh! Adrenaline surged, muscles tensed, decisions made instantly. Run or stand your ground with a spear. Simple, primal, effective. But here's the rub. In modern jungles of endless to-do lists, this survival mechanism can betray us. That spreadsheet, the daunting research paper, our brains, wired for ancient threats, misinterpret these challenges. Instead of a saber tooth, it's a spreadsheet tiger or thesis bear. Our primal response? Not fight, not flight, but freeze or procrastinate. We scroll endlessly, clean, or alphabetize spices. It's not laziness, it's our ancient brain, convinced that by avoiding the perceived threat, we're surviving, a peculiar evolutionary quirk. Perhaps our next grand leap isn't just to conquer space, but to rewire our prehistoric panic button for the digital age. Think about that next time you're researching cat videos instead of your quarterly report.
Ah, procrastination. An age-old companion, certainly. But did you know its modern, teeth-gnashing form truly sharpened its claws during the Industrial Revolution? Before, life ambled at nature's pace. A farmer's deadline was the changing seasons, a craftsman's the client's patience. Flexible, you see? Then came the rhythmic clatter of machines, the factory whistle, the clock. Suddenly, time wasn't a river, it was a relentless conveyor belt. This new synchronized world demanded punctuality, production quotas, shift changes, precise schedules. These weren't suggestions, they were absolute commands. With these rigid demands, the subtle art of putting things off transformed. No longer a leisurely deferral, but a high-stakes gamble against the ticking clock. The pressure mounted, creating fertile ground for the exquisite agony of the deadline crunch. A truly magnificent, if stressful, evolution of human nature. Quite fascinating, wouldn't you agree?
Ah, the modern age. A glorious symphony of instant information. A glorious symphony of instant information. Yet, this digital paradise often conceals an insidious serpent, procrastination amplified. Historically, putting tasks off was a quaint battle against one's own will. You'd perhaps stare at a dusty ledger or simply gaze out a window. Harmless, really. But today, our digital devices are not mere windows, they're vast, dazzling amusement parks. They're vast, dazzling amusement parks. Each notification, a siren call. A ping, and suddenly that crucial report morphs into a black hole of viral cat videos or historical biscuit recipes. Our brains, wired for novelty and instant gratification, are utterly overwhelmed. Psychologists label it continuous partial attention, a constant low-level alert. A constant low-level alert. It's like navigating a library while 1,000 parties erupt simultaneously. The sheer volume of digital stimuli, coupled with the dopamine hit of newness, makes focusing a Herculean task. Coupled with the dopamine hit of newness, makes focusing a Herculean task. So, next time you find yourself endlessly scrolling instead of working, remember, you're not just fighting willpower, you're wrestling an entire digital ecosystem, a glittering trap built for distraction. A glittering trap built for distraction. Perhaps a digital detox isn't just a trend, it's a necessary rebellion against the internet's constant hum. A quest for focused solitude. A true modern conundrum, wouldn't you say?
Ah, my dear intellectual comrades, Sir Chuckleton here. Today, we unmask a cunning duo, often mistaken for mere idleness, perfectionism, and the insidious fear of failure. Many of us grapple with the task, not because we're lazy, but because the specter of not good enough looms large. It's that nagging voice, isn't it? The one that whispers, why bother if it won't be perfect? This isn't laziness, it's a profound psychological trap. The irony is, this relentless pursuit of the ideal, this paralyzing dread of imperfection, often leads to no progress at all. It's a mental paradox, a cognitive cul-de-sac, where ambition becomes its own worst enemy. We fear judgment, yes, But often, it's our own internal critic that's the harshest judge. So next time you feel stuck, ask yourself, is this true apathy, or is it the quiet tyranny of perfectionism whispering sweet nothings of impossible standards? Let's dismantle these mental chains, shall we? Let's dismantle these mental chains. Remember, done is often better than perfect, especially if perfect means never started.
Welcome, curious minds. Today, Sir Chuckleton unravels a timeless mystery. Why is starting so impossibly hard? That looming task, that blank page, it's not laziness, it's inertia. A scientific concept borrowed from physics that profoundly applies to our brains. An object at rest stays at rest until a clever mental trick nudges it. Fear not, for psychology offers elegant solutions. Take the Pomodoro technique. Named after a humble tomato timer, this method suggests focused 25-minute bursts separated by short breaks. It's not about doing everything, but just starting for a manageable duration. Or consider the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. It reduces mental clutter, building momentum. These aren't just hacks, they're psychological jujitsu. They trick your brain, lowering the barrier to entry. By committing to just a tiny fraction, you overcome initial resistance. The hardest part isn't finishing, it's beginning. Remember, even the mightiest journey begins with a single, strategically tiny step. Armed with science, go forth and start.
Procrastination, that insidious siren song, luring us with perfect tomorrow, often delivering a frantic last-minute sprint. The true villain isn't laziness, but our quest for flawless execution. We set impossible standards, a masterpiece or nothing. This isn't ambition, friends. It's a trap, a psychological cul-de-sac. The antidote? Self-compassion, realistic expectations, and a dash of good enough. Perfect essays, flawless paintings, pristine spreadsheets. They often become enemies of finished work. Embrace the B-. Simply beginning, simply doing is often the greatest victory. Break down colossal tasks into manageable molehills, a paragraph, a sketch, one small step. Remember, a magnificent cathedral began with a single stone, not perfectly cut. Progress, not perfection, is the true North Star. Next time procrastination strikes, offer yourself kindness. Aim for adequate, then build. Adequate often blossoms into something extraordinary simply because it exists. Conquer that monster, not with the sword of perfection, but with the humble trowel of good enough. Go on, begin.